welcome to another episode of the Still Bones Amputee Pod. Today I'm just going to talk a little bit about this hot weather. It really has been scorching, hasn't it? So I thought we would just talk through some top tips to help you stay cool. So warm weather can be uplifting, but for amputees it can also bring some unique challenges, from skin irritation to overheating in the prosthetic socket. So here's some top tips to stay cool, comfortable and safe during the hotter times. So the main important bit is to protect your residual limb. You need to keep the skin clean and dry. So sweat can cause irritation and increase the risk of infection and rashes. So you need to use a very gentle, perfumed soap to keep your residual limb clean, and also to wipe down the sockets and the liners daily that you use. Again, mild soap and water or those antibacterial wipes are quite good. You can also use a non-perfumed antiperspirant on your residual limb. Always check this with your prosthetist first, just in case. And also have a think, if your skin is particularly sensitive, you need to make sure you've got one. One of our volunteers, Wendy, she gave this named antiperspirant to me. So she likes to use, it's called Dry Claw. Dry Claw is an antiperspirant deodorant that you roll on the stump. She said week 1, do it every night before bed and don't wash it off until morning. The second week, every other night. Week 3, and then once a week, and then once a month. So it doesn't stop the sweating completely, but it reduces it by about 80%. Some people say that it tingles when they first start to use it, but it didn't affect her. So again, I think that will probably be to do with how sensitive your skin is. So just keep an eye out for that. Another tip, to change liners and socks frequently. Things like moisture taking socks or liners can make a big difference, but again, this came straight from a prosthetist. They've said not to use a wet sock. Sometimes when it gets wet it can go like a cheese grater and actually rub and cause more friction. Apparently this particular prosthetist suggested using nursing pads that women use after they've had a baby and they're feeding, because they're really absorbent, but to keep changing them when they get wet to make sure there's no bacterial increase or anything like that. So yeah, and also as another idea, just to air out your limb regularly. Take off your prosthetic if you're sat at home relaxing and resting indoors. If you can take it off for short periods of time, it will really help. So talking about caring for your prosthetic, again, like I said, wipe down the sockets and liners daily. Those antibacterial wipes or mild soap and water. Again, double check in case your skin is particularly sensitive. Maybe do like a little patch test first just to make sure it all feels okay. Avoid leaving your prosthetic in a car or in the sun, or if you're out in the garden and you take it off. Sometimes extreme heat can damage the materials or affect the fit of it. If the fit does feel tighter, it could be because your residual limb is swelling in the heat. So best to elevate your limb and cool it before refitting the socket. You must make sure to drink plenty of water, even if you don't feel thirsty. Keep drinking. Lollies are really good if you are not feeling thirsty, but like an ice lolly, that can be really helpful. Jelly is a good one as well. That's mainly made up of liquid, isn't it? So that's an extra one. I like using that when my children are feeling a bit poorly as well, because it doesn't really feel any effort to eat it, but you're getting some fluid in, which is really good. So dehydration can increase swelling and tiredness. So both can affect how your prosthetic fits and feels. More tips. So to wear lightweight and breathable clothes. Cottons, fabrics obviously work best. Make sure you have hats or sunglasses. One of our volunteers said that she doesn't like to wear a hat because you kind of lose a lot of heat out of your head, so she doesn't wear a hat, but she has an umbrella with her when she's out in the sun, which protects her. And of course, using a high SPF sun cream on any exposed skin is very important, especially if I don't know, you're on holiday, you're by the pool, maybe you're not wearing your prosthetic as much. That skin that hasn't been in the sun a lot potentially will really feel it. So a high SPF is really, really important. Try to avoid being out during the peak heat times during the day. So between 11 and 3, try and find indoor or things to do in the shade. So plan walks or errands or anything like that early morning or later in the evening if possible. Give yourself lots of breaks for a cool drink in a shaded area, which, is really important. So some warning signs, just in case you do start to feel a bit poorly during the hot weather. You can notice increased skin redness or chafing, swelling in the residual limb, signs of dehydration if you're starting to feel a bit dizzy, or if you've got a headache. Overheating or heat exhaustion is a big one to look out for. And for that, you must get medical advice as soon as you can and try and cool yourself down where possible. If the hot weather is really affecting your comfort or the prosthetic use or your well-being, if you're really struggling, speak to your prosthetist about maybe a socket adjustment or alternative liners if your leg's swelling or your residual limb is swelling, or if there's a problem with your socket. Speak to the prosthetist, they'll be able to help. You can always contact us at Still Bones. We'll happily talk through anything with you and give you some more tips, and maybe join a local meetup. And we've got them going across the country now, and we've also got our online coffee catch up. So if you feel happier staying at home, and you can join that on a Monday afternoon, and you still get to be able to chat to people and share tips with others who get it. So your body may still be adjusting to temperature changes. Be kind to yourself, pace your days, don't rush to do anything. If you're really feeling it, give yourself a day off and relax and rest. And of course, don't hesitate to ask for help. Some more top tips we've had from people that we work with. So this I really loved, and I think would be particularly good for those with children that like drinking. So they like putting a squash bottle in the fridge. Apparently, if the squash or the juice or whatever you're mixing is colder, it makes the drink colder. You can put your pillowcases in the freezer before bed, cold towels and flannels on the skin so you can wet them, put them in your freezer, and then having them around your neck helps, particularly as well over your residual limb. That will help cool that down, which again might help reduce the swelling. Some people put their feet or their residual limb in a bowl of cold water, or they might, be lucky enough to have a paddling pool in the garden. Lukewarm baths and showers are always a winner as well. The other thing someone said was that they use a neck fan. And I've had a look on these, and you can kind of use, I've seen them lots of places, and it literally goes round your neck, and there are 2 fans that go either side of your face, which sounds fantastic. There's one lady I know, and she's got 3 of them just to make sure that one is always charged. Lots of cold drinks, ice creams, jellies, plenty of those things at home. And if you're at home, make sure, if it's very sunny and very hot, you can close your blinds and curtains, and keep your windows closed, and try and keep the cool in and the heat outside, and lots of floor fans or tabletop fans, which would really help you as well. We'd love to hear if you've got some top tips of your own. Please get in touch and let us know. Yeah, stay cool as much as you can and have a wonderful summer. Thank you.
We are Still Bones, a charity serving the limb difference community in the UK. Our mission is to empower amputees and their families to live life to the fullest. It is completely free to join us, and you can register at stillbone.co.uk at the big blue button, register at the bottom, and you can also ring us on 03333 606 930. We hope you enjoy listening to the podcast today, and we look forward to speaking to you soon.